Black women are the least appreciated, most marginalized community in the United States, and there's probably no greater example of this than R. Kelly's treatment of black women.
There are 6 different women, mostly in their late teens and early 20s, who have been recruited by the 50-year-old singer to live in his rented properties around the country, where he's in control of all aspects of their lives.
Now, Kelly's abuse has been very public at times, and it's spanned across decades, yet, as a society, we seem to not care. Why? Because he made this masterpiece?
Not only is there a man in his cabinet, but the man is a midget.
Well, that, but more importantly, because his victims were women, specifically women of color. But despite the recent coverage of R. Kelly's abusive ways, which BuzzFeed put out an awesome, damning article detailing the extent of his crimes, he didn't watch a Game of Thrones episode and just snap. He had a pretty well-documented history of abusing women by using his influence to control them. And it's all in front of us. It's not like the story of R. Kelly marrying rising R&B star Aaliyah when she was 15 was hidden. Afterwards, the dude produced her first album, which was literally titled Age Ain't Nothing But a Number.
We got married. That's not even possible. You're only 15 years old.
That's like if Bill Cosby had a comedy bit about drugging women. Oh wait, he did do that.
And you put it in the drink, and the girl would drink it. Hello, America.
R. Kelly also taped his sexual misconduct with a 14-year-old where he openly asked this minor to perform various sexual acts before asking to, and then proceeding to, pee in her mouth.
Superstar not guilty of videotaping himself having sex with a minor. Jurors acquitted him on every charge.
And the reason R. Kelly can be this transparent about his sexual misconduct, despite countless lawsuits launched against him throughout his long career, is because he's powerful as hell. He's powerful like the goddamn Catholic Church, because money in this country buys you the right to be above the law. This isn't just a story about the law, this is a story about letting abusers keep on abusing. Because the latest in the R. Kelly saga seems like a repeat of his past crimes. But at least this time his victims are not underage. Not anymore, anyway. We're talking about a man who used to cruise high schools and creepily pick up girls like he's Uday Hussein. And we let him continue with this bullshit. Lady Gaga, who's supposed to be the woke queen of music, put out a song with this guy, for fuck's sake. R. Kelly still has a label, he's still selling out shows, and he will continue to do so until we, as a society, stand up and no longer tolerate letting those in powerful positions take advantage of women who are not. Because this predatory behavior is rampant in the entertainment industry. It's like the way Chris Brown can consistently abuse the women he dates, and then fans will still go to his shows and claim it's fine because he's a changed man, only to be faced with similar charges of abuse over and over and over and over again. This all plays into a larger societal problem. For almost 30 years, we've known about R. Kelly's crimes against young black women, and yet government officials, record labels, and his sponsors still don't seem to give a shit. And that's because his fans don't. What's incredibly sad about the situation is that the people with power, the ones who have money and influence, continuously also victim blame their accusers.
I'm not saying that she deserved to be raped, but what did she expect to happen at 1 a.m. in the morning?
Or for inciting violence against them.
Women are victims of violence all the time.
Should have guns.
And they could, well, maybe that or make better decisions.
And even for being a distraction to men.
Vanessa Van Dyke's desire to be different has become an issue at her private school. Her look is being called a distraction.
So if you co-sign R. Kelly at this point, you co-sign his mistreatment of women, you co-sign his rules, you co-sign his punishments that range from ass-slapping the women when they laughed at another man's joke, to dictating what they ate and who they were allowed to have sex with. You also co-sign Kelly reportedly forcing them to wear clothes that didn't reveal their figures and make them face walls when they were around other men. And by the way, if that sounds similar to you, that's because it's identical to cult-like behavior we often see in oppressive religious societies. And it seems like people are finally getting fed up with R. Kelly's sexist, manipulative, selfish, outright immoral behavior. And now it might be time for R. Kelly to pay for the crime of luring young girls into what the media is now calling a sex cult. Like Bill Cosby, he may have his day in court, but let's not forget, if your pockets run deep enough and your victims are women, it's quite possible that you will get off. Sometimes in more ways than one. I'm Hassan Piker. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Hassan D. Piker, and share this video if you think women deserve justice against their abusers and that R. Kelly should be held accountable for his crimes. And this has been The Breakdown.